Dear all, Namaste and welcome to today's English class of grade 10. Today we are in Unit 14, Travel and Adventure. Under that, today we are dealing with speaking and listening session according to our course. Okay, let's get started with speaking session. Alright? So here it goes, our speaking session. Before starting the exact speaking session, I have something to share, or let's say ask, and you have to respond it. You have to respond it. Are you ready? Okay, here it goes. I like picture. What about you? Okay, what do you say in this situation? Yes, all of you would say, so do I, right? So do I. And if I say, I don't like loud music, what about you? Of course, you would say, what would you say? You would say, neither do I. Okay, so what is this? So do I, neither do I. What expressions are these? Yes, so these expressions are called, okay, actually showing your agreement or disagreement, right? So you, what I feel, if you feel the same, you say, so do I, right? Or neither do I. Or it's a kind of confirming or denying as well. Confirming that you like it or deny that you don't like, right? So you will be more confirmed as we go through the conversations given in the book. So let's go through conversation I, how these people are talking. Look at here, three people, Avi, Rima and Vikalpa, they are talking something. Okay, so listen to them and let's practice more about such agreement, showing agreement and disagreement. Okay, listen to the audio.
Father works in a factory,
So does mine.
but mine works in a bakery.
Okay, so here Avi says, my father works in a factory. So what we are focusing over here? Rima's reply, yes, so does mine, or this expression as well, but mine works in a bakery. So Rima is confirming, Rima is agreeing that her father too works in a factory, but Vikalpa is denying, right? Disagreeing, denying that his father doesn't work in a factory but in a bakery, but works in a bakery. So in this way we can express so our confirmations, agreement, right? We can show agreement in this way. Let's go to conversation second. Okay, let's listen to audio. All of you pay attention, listen carefully.
I visit my parents regularly.
So do I. I visit them at least once a month.
But I don't. I just call them from time to time.
Okay. So Namita, Angel and Pratik, what did they talk about? Okay. Namita expressed, I visit my parents regularly. Then what about Angel and Pratik? What are their reply? Angel replied, so do I. Angel also visit, that means visit them at least once a month. What about Pratik? Pratik, but I don't. Showing disagreement, right? But I don't. I just call them. I don't visit them. I just call them time to time. So this is about our second conversation. Let's go to third one. Here it goes. Third conversation. Everybody pay attention, listen to it as well.
Mr. Joshi looks so intelligent, doesn't he?
Yes,
He does. He answers each question so perfectly, but he is rather strict.
So is Mrs. Karki. She hardly allows me to go out during her class.
Okay, here also three people, Lumanti, Nita and Saru. They are talking and Lumanti expresses her view. What is that? Mr. Joshi looks so intelligent, doesn't he? And Nita, she also expresses her view, agreeing with Lumanti. She says, yes, he does. He answers each question so perfectly, but he is rather strict. And what about Saru? Saru is also agreeing or disagreeing, denying. So is Mrs. Karking. She is also agreeing. She hardly allows me to go out during her class. Okay, so you can practice this making a small group of 3 and you can practice this conversation, all 3 conversations. Now, what is there? Let's see. Oh, yes, you can underline these expressions. Okay, so after underlining, now what is there is, okay, let me give you some more example of such agreeing and disagreeing, so how you'll be able to continue doing exercises given similar exercises given. Okay, let's go through these examples. Okay, many examples, agreeing and disagreeing. Okay, all of you pay attention over here. I like ice cream. What's the answer? So do I. I don't like working. Neither do I. I can swim. So can I. I can't drive. Neither can I. I'm wearing jeans. So am I. I went out. So did I. I haven't been to Paris. Neither have I. So what commonalities have you found in these replies, this agreement? Yes. So we can see these auxiliary verbs, or let's say modal verbs, are repeating after so or neither while replying. Just example for I can swim, so can I can't drive, neither can I, right? I'm wearing jeans, so am I. So like this, these verbs have been repeated. But when there is no use of such verbs and there is direct use of verb, right, first form of the verb, then at that time do form is used, right? Do form is there, so do I, neither do I. In this way, do form has been used, like I went out, so did I. Similarly, let's say in the disagreement, I don't like Manu, but I do. But I do. I like cheese, but I don't. I can speak Spanish, but I can't. I saw Pranita yesterday, but I didn't. We are going now. We aren't. I haven't been swimming, but I have. I'm going to have a coffee, but I'm not. See, these all are showing disagreeing. Okay, these are just examples. So on the basis of this example, what do you think? What do you need to do? Yes, you need to have similar conversations. Okay, you are creating similar conversations with your friend and the situations are given. So what are the situations? Okay, let's see. Situation A. Here it goes. Okay. Ask a friend about his or her interest on sports and agree or disagree with the views. Okay, let's see now how to create conversation. Okay, let's create conversation among 3 people, just like in the examples given in a book. Okay, 3 people. So here it goes. Okay, right? Annie, Vishal and Arohi. You can choose any 3 names of your friends, okay? Choose names of your friend. Then one can ask which is your best sport, or which is your best sport directly you can ask, or express that any my best sport is, in this way you can start. Bishal, my best sport is cricket because it is very famous in the world. So is mine. Arohi says, so is mine. Cricket is the most popular game. Showing agreement, right? So Arohi is showing agreement to Bishal. In this way, you can also create conversation and practice among your friends. Okay, so let's go to situation next. B. Imagine that you want to be a teacher. Talk to your friend if they agree with you. Okay, so again, let's create conversation among 3 people. Here are Anu, Sunita and Ravi. Anu, I want to be a teacher in my future. Sunita, so do I. It is a respected job. Ravi, but I don't want to be a teacher. I want to be a doctor. Okay, so this is the one. Next situation. C. A friend has a keen interest in drawing maps and figures. So your agreement, disagreement on it. Okay, so here it goes. Biswa, Chandra and Bini. They are having conversation on keen interest on drawing maps, showing agreement or disagreement towards it. Biswa, I like to draw maps and figures. I'll be an engineer. Chandra, but I don't like to draw maps and figures. It's boring. Bini, I love to draw such things. I also want to be an engineer. See? So in this way you can show agreement and disagreement. Okay, with this we have completed our creating conversation part, and there are some more exercises under it. Okay, so what is that? Okay, we are in exercise C. Complete the broken dialogue, choosing the given expressions and act it out in pairs. Okay, so we have dialogue. Here are the options to be filled up in the dialogue, and then we complete it. After that, you can practice with your friend. So this is a dialogue between Pooja and Susma. Okay, the options are: I don't have such an opportunity, the first option, but I live with my parents, second options. Third is neither does my mother. Fourth one is so does my uncle. And then finally fifth option is don't you. Okay, let's get started with Pooja. Pooja says, Susma, you live with your aunt. So what would be the appropriate option over here? Yes, don't you? And the complete sentence becomes, Susma, you live with your aunt, don't you? Susma, yes, I do. I have been living with her since I came to the city. Then Pooja. Okay, Pooja says something over here. Okay, options, we need to bring it down from now 4 options only remaining, right? So, my mother is a nurse and my father teaches in a secondary school. So, what would be the best option over here? Okay, so here it is. But I live with my parents. But I live with my parents. My mother is a nurse and my father teaches in a secondary school. Alright, let's continue our conversation. Okay, Susma, oh, does he? So options, we have to fill up over here, this blanks, and the remaining portion is he teaches secondary students. He finds some time to help me with my studies. So what is the best option to be filled up over here? Yes. So does my uncle, right? So does my uncle. He teaches secondary students. Okay, then Pooja, really? You are very fortunate. So which option would best fit over here? This one, first, second, third, which options? Okay, here it goes. I don't have such an opportunity. Anyway, my father always encourages me to be a good human being. Okay, the remaining portion is Susma. Well, my aunt always thinks about how I can get good achievement in my studies. She hardly teaches me life skills. Now, the only one blank is there. What to be filled up? Of course, neither does my mother. Okay, with this we have completed our speaking session and we have still one more session. What is that? Absolutely, that is listening. Okay, so what is there in listening session? Of course, exercises, right? Discuss the questions. Okay, discuss the questions. Which questions? Here are some questions. Okay, do you love traveling? Oh my God, what's the question? Do you love traveling? Of course, yes, right? We love traveling. And what's B? How do you often travel? How do you often travel? By road or by air? So yes, I love traveling. I often travel by road. Okay, so what about you? You can answer your own answer. Okay, you can answer differently than this. So your agreement or disagreement yourself. Okay, these are my answers. You can give your own answer. So let's move to exercise B. Okay, so what is there in exercise B? Let's check out. B. Different people are talking about travel experiences. Listen and number the pictures according to the order of the information in the audio. Okay, as this is listening, we'll get chance to listen to audio, and we have some activities over here. This is activity. Okay, after listening, we have activity over here about pictures. Okay, ordering. This one is ordering, and with this listening, I'll just play for one time and you have to number these pictures. And I have some more additional exercises. So throughout this listening period, listening section, I will play audio for the 3 times, but each time you have to do some activity. 3 times 3 activities. Okay, I have designed 3 activities. So for this first activity, I'll just play audio for the 1 time. Everybody pay attention. Okay, so what is this exercise example for? There are speakers, travelers. Okay, 6 travelers, 6 different travelers. These pictures are of 6 different travelers, and they are explaining their travel account. What did they feel? How did they travel? What happened? They were explaining, and you have to recognize that. One example is already given. Their number, you can see 1. As you listen to the audio, you will find this picture is related with the speaker number 1, or let's say traveler number 1. Did you get that? So what is there? Person is there maybe in airport, and they are talking maybe about their flight or something. So it looks like that, right? What about this? Or these other pictures, you have to give number for these pictures. This one, maybe it looks like the people are there outside and they are showing some directions or what they are doing that. And in this third picture, a man is there. What is he doing? You can see he is, yes, holding a book, and but It doesn't seem reading, right? And then this fourth picture, okay, we can see some people are there sitting on the benches, perhaps waiting, or somewhere they are looking there. And this one, fourth picture, the people are there, a person is here with book, right? Okay, so they are talking about. And then this sixth picture, what are they doing? Yes, okay, how many people are there? 3, and one person seems sleeping, another eating or something, doing something, and the middle one is really anxious, right? So we will listen to the audio and find out exactly which picture matches with the which speaker, which traveler. All right? Okay, let's listen to the audio.
1. How was your flight?
Oh, it was great. My flight was overbooked, and the airline asked for volunteers to go on a later flight. I volunteered because the next flight was only an hour later, and the airline gave me $300. It pays to be bumped.
2.
Did you have a good flight?
Ugh, no, it was terrible.
Oh no, why?
The flight was fully booked, so every seat was taken. I was crammed between this guy who was snoring the whole time and a really messy kid who got his chips all over me. I couldn't wait for it to be over.
3. Did you have any trouble finding the house?
No, not at all. We used the GPS, but it sure was a long drive.
Did you stop anywhere?
Yeah, we stopped at a rest stop about halfway here to get a cold drink and stretch our legs. It was really hot out, and there were a ton of people there. I guess it was a good weekend for road trips.
4. How was the drive?
It was okay.
Really? You look worn out.
Well, I guess we are pretty exhausted. It was so hot out, and the air conditioning broke an hour into the trip. We stopped at the halfway mark to switch drivers and eat lunch. Then we had trouble starting the car.
5. Did you enjoy the ride?
Oh, it was great. It was nice to just relax and not have to worry about driving. I read my book and did Sudoku puzzles the whole way. And I met some really nice people too. They were on their way to Boston too. I don't know why I've never taken the train before.
6.
How was the trip?
Pretty good, I guess. I don't really know because I was asleep the whole time.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much. I started reading a book, but then I fell asleep and didn't wake up until 10 minutes after my stop. I had to get off the train and get on another one going the other direction. I'll have to set the alarm on my phone next time.
Okay, I hope you have listened properly, carefully, and remember all the expressions, experiences of those travelers. Now let's arrange these pictures. Let's just put numbers over here in the boxes, small boxes, as you can see. Okay, this first picture. Okay, the second picture one is 1. Then what about this first picture? Which traveler is this? Traveler number. Okay, let's just number it. That's why traveler number. Let's say traveler number. Traveler number 3. Right? Okay, this is 3. So 3, 1. Then what about this third picture? This is traveler number. Okay, all right. Yes, it is 6. Did you guess correctly? Wonderful. Okay, keep guessing. 3 more pictures are remaining. What about this fourth picture? Which traveler number does it belong to? This is traveler number. Yes, 4. And now which numbers are remaining? Of course, 5 and 2, right? So 5 and 2, this picture must be 2 or 5. This is 5. Okay. And then finally, of course, one number is left, that is 2. Okay. With this, we have completed exercise B. As I informed you, there are some more additional exercises. Okay. So here are some questions that I have prepared, and you have to answer this question. Once again, you will get a chance to listen to the audio and please answer these questions. Alright, so what are the questions? A. What did airline tell to the first traveler? B. How was the flight of second traveler? C. What did the third traveler use to find the house? D. How did the first traveler look like? E. What did the fifth speaker do? F. Why didn't the sixth traveler know anything about her trip? Okay, listen the audio for the second time.
How was your flight?
Oh, it was great.
Played.
My flight was overbooked, and the airline asked for volunteers to go on a later flight. I volunteered because the next flight was only an hour later, and the airline gave me $300. It pays to be bumped.
2.
Did you have a good flight?
Ugh, no, it was terrible.
Oh no. Why?
The flight was fully booked, so every seat was taken. I was crammed between this guy who was snoring the whole time and a really messy kid who got his chips all over me. I couldn't wait for it to be over.
3. Did you have any trouble finding the house?
No, not at all. We used the GPS, but it sure was a long drive.
Did you stop anywhere?
Yeah, we stopped at a rest stop about halfway here to get a cold drink and stretch our legs. It was really hot out, and there were a ton of people there. I guess it was a good weekend for road trips.
4. How was the drive?
It was okay.
Really? You look worn out.
Well, I guess we are pretty exhausted. It was so hot out, and the air conditioning broke an hour into the trip. We stopped at the halfway mark to switch drivers and eat lunch. Then we had trouble starting the car.
5. Did you enjoy the ride?
Oh, it was great. It was nice to just relax and not have to worry about driving. I read my book and did Sudoku puzzles the whole way. And I met some really nice people too. They were on their way to Boston too. I don't know why I've never taken the train before.
6.
How was the trip?
Pretty good, I guess. I don't really know because I was asleep the whole time.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much. I started reading a book, but then I fell asleep and didn't wake up until 10 minutes after my stop. I had to get off the train and get on another one going the other direction. I'll have to set the alarm on my phone next time.
Okay, let's solve these questions. What did the airline tell the first traveler? Okay, let's answer to the point. Are you ready? What is the answer? Yes, volunteer to go on later flight. Right? Okay, B. How was the flight of second traveler? How was it? So you can answer it in a single word. What was that? Yes, it was terrible. Moving to the next, C. What did the third traveler use to find the house? What was that? Just tell me the device name. Yes, it was GPS. D. How did the first traveler look like? Okay, so how did the first traveler look like? Yes, went out. Next, what did the fifth speaker do? What did the fifth speaker do? What was that? Two activities she mentioned. What are the activities? Yes, read book and did Sudoku puzzle. F. Why didn't the sixth traveler know anything about her trip? What was the reason? Definitely, yes. Slept whole day during the flight. Okay, we have one more exercise over here. Exercise, fill in the blanks. Okay, so here it goes. Okay, here are the questions. The first traveler had a great flight and initially it was, okay, how was it? So fill in the blanks after listening this audio for the third time. Are you ready? Okay, here it goes.
1. How was your flight?
Oh, it was great. My flight was overbooked and the airline asked for volunteers to go on a later flight. I volunteered because the next flight was only an hour later and the airline gave me $300. It pays to be bumped.
2.
Did you have a good flight?
Ugh, no, it was terrible.
Oh no. Why?
The flight was fully booked, so every seat was taken. I was crammed between this guy who was snoring the whole time and a really messy kid who got his chips all over me. I couldn't wait for it to be over.
3. Did you have any trouble finding the house?
No, not at all. We used the GPS, but it sure was a long drive.
Did you stop anywhere?
Yeah, we stopped at a rest stop about halfway here to get a cold drink and stretch our legs. It was really hot out, and there were a ton of people there. I guess it was a good weekend for road trips.
4. How was the drive?
It was okay.
Really? You look worn out.
Well, I guess we are pretty exhausted. It was so hot out, and the air conditioning broke an hour into the trip. We stopped at the halfway mark to switch drivers and eat lunch. Then we had trouble starting the car.
5. Did you enjoy the ride?
Oh, it was great. It was nice to just relax and not have to worry about driving. I read my book and did Sudoku puzzles the whole way. And I met some really nice people too. They were on their way to Boston too. I don't know why I've never taken the train before.
6.
How was the trip?
Pretty good, I guess. I don't really know because I was asleep the whole time.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much. I started reading a book, but then I fell asleep and didn't wake up until 10 minutes after my stop. I had to get off the train and get on another one going the other direction. I'll have to set the alarm on my phone next time.
Okay, our third listening is over. I hope you are ready with your answers. Okay, let's discuss. A. The first traveler had a great flight and initially it was, how was it initially? Yes, it was overbooked, right? B. The flight of the second traveler was, okay, so how was it? Yes, the right answer is fully booked. So, 2, every seat was taken. C. The third traveler stopped at restaurant 2. Why did they stop? What's the reason? Yes, they stopped to have cold drinks and stretch their legs. D. The fourth traveler was pretty. How was the first traveler? Pretty? Yes, exhausted. E. The fifth traveler met some nice people going to which place? Yes, Boston. Finally, F. The sixth traveler woke up minutes after. Okay, how do you have to tell exact minutes? Yes, 10 minutes after his horse stopped. Well done, everybody. We have done this exercise as well. So one more activity is left over here. One more final activity is here. See, recount a memorable experience you had during your travel and share it with your class. So, like the speakers in the listening, you can also share one of the experience during your travel. Okay, I have made my memorable experience sharing in the points. So you can also make your experience in this way, and later on you can develop that into paragraph. Okay, my experience of memorable visit was once I visited to CG Dham with my colleagues, and it was really a beautiful place with many temples actually. So we enjoyed a lot, went around, took photos, and at the meantime, what happened there was a special community was dancing there, and we really enjoyed watching their performance because it was so energetic and beautifully. They danced gracefully, they danced, and their attires, it looked very beautiful. And what we did is, me and my friend, we were also requested by them to join, and we joined them, danced with them, so had a lot of fun. So their moves, funny expressions, that just amused us, and this became my one of the memorable travel experience of our travel trip to Chitwan. So this is it. Just like this, you have to share about your memorable experience with your friend. So with this, we have come to the end of today's class. Our speaking and listening sessions are over. That's all for today. Thank you. Namaste.